Good morning, my beautiful imperfectionist family. What's good? It's your girl Tammy, aka That's a Woman, coming to you with this week's session of planting and or watering, where I'm either planting something new in your life or I am watering something that has already been planted. And as I kick off this week's session, I want to acknowledge that March is upon us and we have entered into Women's History Month. So shout out to every single woman in this world. Whether your story has been told throughout the ages or not, but here's the thing, as you are here, you are creating history. And you know, men, I love you and I'm including you too. Y'all creating history as well. However, I just want to shout out the ladies. Ladies, I know as women, we've had to fight for rights to vote, and I know certain nationalities have had to as well. So don't discredit any of that. I just want to just acknowledge the powerful forces that we are. We are powerful. So shout out to the women and shout out to those who have made history and those that continue to make history. Now listen, I want to talk to you this week about imagination. So, do you know how powerful, I can't say it enough, how powerful your imagination is? Like, your imagination is a mirror of your soul. And just imagine yourself standing in front of that mirror with these desires. I can do anything I desire to do, anything. So if you standing in the mirror and you're like, you know, I want to be the first millionaire in my family. And look, I'll insert that right there because I was listening to a podcast, a quick short the other day, and that's what the guy said. He said, I want to be the first millionaire in my family. And I think the channel was Rich and Unemployed. So he was talking about the power that is in us to manifest these things. And so one of the important things, whatever you imagine or see yourself doing, write it down. I have said repeatedly, Habakkuk said, write the vision and make it plain. So this is when we have to go back to that scripture, because that lets you know when you write things down and you're clear about your intentions, clear about your desires, you are putting in the atmosphere what you're wanting and what you're believing for. And one of the things I told you guys, I recently listened to Think and Grow Rich. And one of the things that he said, have a definite purpose. Have a purpose, have a desire, know what you want. And when you do that, you have the possibility to accomplish anything. And that's where your imagination comes into play. And here's the thing, don't let anyone else determine your imagination. No, you use your imagination. You be the one to create the reality that you desire. So what is it? If it's the first person in your family to become a millionaire, if it's a person to an entrepreneur who is desiring to own their own business, an author who desires to write their own book and tell their life story, because your story is his story, both male and female. So think about those things. And here's the thing, when you already know what you want, when you make up your mind what you want, you're halfway there. You are halfway there to success. You just have to know it. You have to believe it, and you have to stand on it. Stand on your desires. Stand on your beliefs, your knowing. Even when life is shaking you like an earthquake does, a little rumble, when that happens and things get a little distorted, no. Be the one to stand like, no, I know that this is my desire. It created in my mind. I tell you all the time, the mind is a magnet. Use it. Use it to attract those things that you desire. Use it, and use it as a filter. Because here's the thing. You got to filter the mind, because all kind of thoughts will come into your mind. Look, I'll show you how that works. Like even this morning in my morning meditation and my quiet time when I was quiet in my mind, why one of Usher and City Girl songs kept playing in my head. And I say that to say distractions will come, but you have to take control of those distractions. I tell you the importance of spending that time, even if you had a distracting song playing in your head, but that just kind of lets you know the little playful side of me. Because I'm playful, I am versatile, I just love life. I love living, I love doing this. I just believe we are here to enjoy. And here's the thing, I wasn't always that person. I wasn't the person. I mean, you would think I was a social butterfly. I'm going to say that. But I mastered the art to be that in person and then come home and be in depression. Like my imagination was just get me to the next paycheck. In fact, I'm going to be honest. In fact, I'll go ahead and insert this now. My book that I just completed will be launching real soon. And I go deep into what took to bring Tammy here before you. And when I tell you, here before you was not something that I had imagined or thought would ever happen. In fact, there was a time in my life that I was like, you know, this is a cruel place. So how about I just bring this to an end? Like, how can I go home to glory? And I'm just being real with you because people have had those thoughts and have not been granted permission to express that. So as I help you as the imperfectly perfect people that you are, I'm sharing my imperfections, my struggles along the way. So my imagination didn't expand beyond to here. I remember one time, long time ago, that I was like, you know, I may not even make some kind of way, $250,000 came up in the equation. Now, this was back in the 90s. And I was like, well, I may not even make that in my whole lifetime. And it took an elderly woman to say to me, no, you can't make that. And so I am happy to say, of course, exceeded making that and gonna make more. In fact, you know, I talked about that first millionaire or billionaire, whatever it is, that's me. And that's you. You just have to see yourself there. You have to see yourself out of the right now. Because let me tell you, life has not always been good. Life has had some pain, some challenges, some struggles, listen, okay, you know what? What's going on here? You know, there's a book that, you know, understanding and trusting God when God doesn't make sense. I have been that person. I have been the one to like, hey, what is like, come on, why? Like, can I catch a break? Like, you know, you almost want to pull out your checkbook. Look, how much does a break cost? Because I think I will buy one of them right now because I can use that. And I know many listening to me can relate. You can relate to like what? Like the other week, I said, throw me a lifeline. You know, that's how you feel sometimes. Can I get a lifeline? Can I get something to get out of this? And let me tell you, it wasn't until my healing journey, my traumatic experience that I do talk about. It wasn't until that and going to the depthness of the pain in my life, viewing those pains in my life, facing them, and doing as the analogy when Jesus went into the grave and he took the keys and the sting out of death in the grave, when I had to have literally that experience myself and how he rose with all power in his hands, that's what I had to do. And that's what I'm trying to encourage you to do. You have the power within you to rise higher. And when you face those things and you get your imagination back, you get your joy back, you get a determination that you're going to be peaceful no matter what. No matter what. And let me tell you, life is not designed to be peaceful. You would think, oh my God, we can have a Pleasant Hill experience where everything is black and white, the White House, the white picket fence, and yeah, that's not life. But let me tell you something. The word contrast, that's what it is. It's to help us to more identify our desires, develop our imagination, get our image in our head of what we want, and go after it. And when I say go after it, go in the knowing that it's going to happen. Go about your day trusting, putting it out in the atmosphere, speaking to the universe. I thank you for this. I am grateful for this. You are opening these doors, and in some cases, you closing doors. Because even some of the things that have happened were doors that needed to be closed so that the new door can get open. But what happens times again, we spend more time looking at what's behind us because it's comfortable, it's familiar, that we don't stretch our imagination and stretch our faith to know that what's in front of us could be a heck of a lot better than what's behind us. And a lot of times that's where people miss their next level. They come right here and they fall back because they allow what's behind them to pull them back. It's just like the children of Israel. When God freed them from Pharaoh's bondage, they wanted to look back, but there was a whole promised land in front of them. There was provision made in the wilderness for them. And guess what? We can use that analogy in our life. We're in the wilderness. We're on the journey. We got a promised land in front of us, and we can't stop. We can't stop and look back. Looking back profits you nothing. The only benefit from looking back that will occur is that you defined who you were. It helped shape the person that you became to be. And once you became that person, once you tapped into that, you go forward. You take that as the strength to move forward, the strength to press on when it seems like that it's hard, when it seems like it's challenging, when it seems like it's burdensome and overwhelming. No, stay focused, stay the course. That's why I have been on you guys. I've been sharing the importance of clarity, reminding you that you got to keep your beliefs alive. You got to keep your hope alive. And now I'm telling you, imagine, even if it's a vacation you want on a tropical island, send yourself there in your mind. Send yourself, see yourself. That's where, listen, this right here, you can put in it whatever you want. Ooh, ain't that a beautiful thing? You can put whatever you want in your sight, in your in your vision. And I promise you, you focus on it long enough, it will happen. And throw affirmations on that. I see myself walking in abundance. I see myself walking in prosperity. I see myself on the island in the Virgin Islands on the white sandy beaches. And I see myself doing what I did a couple years ago, going to Greece and hiking the Acropolis. And just see yourself. Believe yourself. There's so much life to enjoy and so much you can create with your imagination because you are a creator. You are powerful. You know it. I'm going to drill it. I'm going to drill it. I'm going to drill it. Anyone listening to this podcast will know they are powerful beyond measures. So I want you to remember that. Do not forget it. It all helps with your definite purpose. It helps with your determination to get what you want. It helps you when you want to be in there. There's a saying, I'm getting ready to be ready. I'm getting ready to be ready. What are you being ready for? I'm being ready for all my dreams, all those things that's in my vortex to come into my reality, my right now. Call those things into your right now reality. So listen, do it. Focus, imagine, believe, know, trust, have hope, keep faith alive. Now faith, the substance of things hoped for. Keep your mental state in what I like to say on fleek. It's like, I'm so open. I'm waiting. I'm waiting, and I'm waiting with eagerness. I'm waiting with great expectation. I'm waiting because why? I know everything works out for me. Okay? So listen, I want you to take that information and sit on it. Think about it. Your imagination is greater if you allow it, if you will expand your thinking, open yourself up to the infinite possibilities that this universe has to offer you, and continue to keep your hope and your faith and your trust in God, knowing again, everything works out for you. Okay? So listen, I thank you guys for listening. As always, I appreciate you guys. I am so grateful for you guys. You inspire me to keep pressing on. So I thank you. So if I said anything that resonates with you, something that helped charge you up, because that's what I'm here to do, give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment, and if you are not a part of my Imperfectionist family, I invite you to click the subscribe link and to join us as I come back with weekly information. And there's someone I'm sure you know could use this message, so I ask you to share it as we spread hope, because again, this is about empowering each other. So listen, I want you guys to go be empowered, be blessed, work on your imagination. Take those limiting beliefs off that you might have held your life and expand it. Go high. Look, there's a sky out there that we can't, a heavens out there we can't even touch. If that's where your imagination takes you, be it as it is. Go for it. Climb higher, soar. It's yours. Remember, endless possibilities. All you got to do is see and imagine it. And until the next time, I want you guys to be blessed, and I want you to have an amazing day.